looks like it's live. Let me verify the old Twitch stream just to make sure. It always takes so long when I go live for me to see my own stream as live. I don't know why. I keep refreshing. It doesn't look like it's live, even though I think it should be live. The VOD's gonna have this like 10 minutes of me wondering what's going on.
Not allowed.
Alright, now. Alright, everybody say some stuff. Alright, everybody say some stuff.
Check, check, check,
Everybody
check.
say some stuff.
A,
Check,
B,
check,
C,
check,
A,
check.
B,
Check,
C,
check,
D,
check,
E,
check.
F, people.
Check, check, check,
E,
check.
F, people.
Alright, cool. That'll do. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back, Skexy Suckers, to another episode of Emrae, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign in a world of my own design. As usual, I am Jim, aka Skexy's, your Dungeon Master, and with us as usual is Lycanor, aka Jeff, our human fighter bard, mostly bard, as well as Zach, aka Jin Dorum Draprax, our Dragonborn Sorcerer. And bringing up the rear is Wallace the Wall Stoneguard, aka Mike, aka Gundam Wing, aka Sunfang, aka Merwin, aka the Bald One, aka Duncans and
I have
Dragons,
so many
aka
titles.
one of these days the entire 2-hour stream is just gonna be a bunch of Mike AKAs, and then I'll be like, all right, that's it, see ya.
You need someone to embroider that and then frame it on your wall.
Or just you have your
all nicknames.
your standard professional business card, but a la the Santa Claus, the border is just all of your nicknames in teeny tiny font.
I like it.
That's actually brilliant. All right. Anyway, in our last episode, the party had traveled back to the place where it all began, from our future state out in the future world of Emrae. We left.
We're back in my house where I was running my PI.
What?
You said back where it all began.
Sorry.
I was like
Not where it all began. Back where the future began. We were back where
current chapter.
back where the future began. In the world of future Emrae, you'd run from Springstone, you'd meandered your way back to the site. You foolishly slept without a watch present, and were beset upon by a baddie who rushed ahead and started the ritual to open portal, cast spell. You were not really sure. Sturgis has been kind of playing things close to the chest, but he was confident that he knew what he needed to do to reverse what got you to the future. However, when you arrived, the big bad Celios Patinkin was already in process. Sturgis and he struggled while spells were slung and folks were hurt and nearly dead. And in the end, Sturgis appeared to have taken control, stabilized the portal, and a familiar white light embraced everyone inside the big blue sphere. Standing on, again, that sort of laser light show grid on the ground created by these cackling lightning energies. So first and foremost, I want everybody to make a history check in order to remember something from the past sessions.
Is this something that needs to happen instantly?
What?
He's trying to see if he can cast a spell or something to help him.
Oh yeah, no. I just want to know if your characters would have recognized a thing. So it's not an active.
Oh, okay.
You're not doing an active check.
Okay.
All right. Anybody over a 10? Over a 10. So I think Mike did. So Mike, you did recognize, or you remember from your initial oopsies whatsos transport into the future, that the grid of laser lights on the ground inside of this energy sphere dome that you guys are all within looked the same. Of course, it was cast upon the water because you guys were like in a swamp area, but it was the same kind of pattern.
Oh, we were on like a floating platform or something.
Yeah, you guys were on like a raft in the swamp.
Right. No, I thought there was like a light platform we were standing on when it all went to. Okay.
Yeah.
Floor pattern the same as last.
You just
time.
you remember that the pattern looked the same. It was distinct. I don't know you could reproduce it, but you recognized it.
Got it.
Anyway, so Sturgis grabbed hold of the black staff, or black claw, not the black staff. Grabbed hold of the black claw, channeled the energies, tried to get things under control. You were all embraced in this bright white light, including Celios. And what felt like, once again, forever, you were awash in silence and brightness and unable to move or talk. And slowly the world becomes visible again. Now, I also want everyone to roll Constitution checks. Just a
Dex or saves?
Constitution saving throw. 19, 11, 9. So, Jin, you are the first to witness what I'm about to explain. So, as I'm explaining this, the other two of you are still embraced in white light.
Okay.
You begin to come back into reality as the world fills back with color and your bright eyes get more acclimated to the surroundings. What you see.
Am I sitting in a cart across my guy?
Hang on, I just realized because Mike told me that I could do this.
You can split the party.
Yeah. All right, so you begin to see the world materialize again around you, and the area that you're in looks like so.
Ooh. Where am
Oh, I haven't put your tokens on the map.
Oh, okay.
Which it doesn't matter incredibly. We're not.
You're still materializing into existence.
Yeah, you're still
Sure,
you're
fair
still
enough.
unable to move. You're just able to start seeing things as the color returns and the definition returns. And what you're seeing is this kind of a surrounding.
Sure. And do I recognize it or no? That
Uh,
was the history check.
no, the history check was to see if you guys recognized that thing on the ground.
Hmm.
Oh wait, can't I do this quicker by taking your tokens from another map and copying, so I don't have to reset them? Is that a thing I can do?
I copy and paste tokens to other maps all the time.
All right, cool. Where is Jin? There he is. So I can literally Control C, Control V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes all the same properties. Yeah.
Oh, that's so much easier. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Sad you didn't know. How did you do this before?
Every time I would
Ugh.
drag them from the thing and assign everybody.
Ugh. You poor bastard.
All
I'm
right.
glad I'm glad we're learning things together.
Well, why
How
do
to be
something
it.
easy when you can do it hard?
Did you put my red dot, or is that just from what was copied?
That was just
That
from
was
what was
copied.
copied.
Okay.
So okay.
Or
So
why you have the red dot, but-
you're still he was concentrating on the end of last combat still.
Mhm.
Anyway, you're still unable to move. You're still unable to react. What you do see is these things are moving and struggling, but you can't move or interact or react. So I guess doing this in order is kind of silly because now
Yeah.
now the rest
Not
of you
much I can do here.
So you see it first, then who had the next? Wallace. So then Wallace sees this as well, and Leganor. So all three of you end up seeing it before you can do anything about it. So I'll just move the players over here. Let's not be silly.
What's moving?
So, you're all still motionless, but these two guys are not, and they are currently in a struggle. Hands on the black staff, as Celios is on top of Sturgis, and they're struggling to get control of the black claw.
Got it. Is this a tree we're under?
Yeah, you're under the canopy of a big tree,
Got it.
and it's all lush and green and not so much swampy, more like streamy.
So, just I see him struggling. Do we see where the ropes were that we had tied him up with?
The ropes are not present, oddly enough.
Okay.
You can't see them.
All right. Well, I still have all his stuff on me, so all right. Hopefully. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna start getting in on this struggling business as soon as I can move.
Sure. The three of you are still frozen in place. The world is still coming into view. Um, and in that time, Celios points his fingers at Sturgis, utters some words, and a ball of black energy emits out, hits Sturgis in the chest, and Sturgis falls motionless on his back on the ground.
No, that can't be good.
Celios then reaches down to grab the Black Claw, and Jin, you regain movement.
Okay.
You have one action.
Okay. Let me just figure this out then. Okay. Do I? Okay. If he. How far away? I'm right here, right? That's
Yep,
correct.
yep. Your token
Okay.
placements are all accurate.
Where is the rod? It's in between them, or the.
So in the struggle, it was on the ground.
Mhm.
He's currently, so for frozen in time, he's bending down to pick up the Black Claw after Sturgis has fallen on his back.
Okay.
Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
No problem. Why can't I find Celios' character sheet? I had it up last game.
And I have one action, no movement, things like that, right?
You can't like move your legs still, but you're within this plane of existence. You're able to perform an action. Your upper body's free. You can perform an action at the moment. I cannot find the doggone character sheet. What is going on?
You said my hands are able to move, correct?
Yep. You can do somatic components
Yep.
to spells. You can.
Can I reach, or can I see if is Wallace like regaining use of his body? Like, does he seem like
So
he's coming along?
your companions are if somewhat translucent and ethereal, more present in the upper part of their bodies than their lower parts.
So I probably shouldn't do that then.
Kind of like a Back to the Future photo where they're like fading out,
Yep.
but they're fading in.
Am I? Oh, but I am fully corporeal.
You're corporeal enough to do something.
Uh,
You still don't seem to be able
okay,
to
no, I just don't want to see. Okay.
move.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
All right, so that I see him reaching for that staff, and I'm going to cast Dimension Door, and I'm going to put myself literally laying on top of that staff. I'm getting in his way.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Let me
I'm
read.
just gonna
Let me read Dimension Door. That was an interesting choice.
like literally to move 10 feet.
Teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. You can arrive exactly at the spot desired. It can be a place you can visualize. You can bring along objects. You can also bring one willing creature. Your creature. You and any. If you would arrive already occupied by an object or a creature, you and any creature traveling with you. Okay. Um. Hmm. So you'd be occupying a space on the grid
Well,
of the map, but in the
yeah, but I'd
real
be
world, I can see what you're trying to do. So I'm trying to
trying to be
see,
like on top of,
yeah, I'm trying to
like
see mechanically how this is going to work out to
even
be.
if I go like a little bit high and fall onto it, that's fine too.
Okay, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, put me like I don't know, 1 to 2 feet above the bar or the claw in a clear space. That way I don't take that damage and fall onto it.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be fine. So you do that. You teleport yourself. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. You teleport yourself between the two guys. Where is your token? Over here. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move you. Can I make your layer to front? There we go. You teleport yourself between the two guys in the air. You poof into existence. You fall a couple of feet down. This obviously surprises Celios. You land on him,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to make a make a Dex save DC. Let me say it before you roll it.
Yep.
Dex save DC 10. Okay. As you're falling, you're able to, like a cat would, twist and writhe your body around so that you land on Celios with enough force to deal him 1 bludgeoning damage, which kills him because he was non-lethally brought to 1, and you were able to murderalize him. If that's what you want to do, I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
say
that's
I can't say
perfect.
you
I mean,
wanted to kill him.
no, that's fine because I'm just trying to get him to stop doing what he's doing. So I mean, if I accidentally do that, then that's what happens. I'm just trying to get him out of there. Get him away from that thing. So if I fell on him, that's what
I'm
happened.
imagining that you just like materialized and your scaled head
Yeah.
just whacked his, and it was
Yeah.
enough to like just make his eyes go X and fall over.
Yeah. So there you go. Celios is dead.
I am kind of taken aback by this. I'm surprised. Like I kind of like nudge him. Like, can I stand up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
At this point, the next person was what? Jeff?
Me.
Wallace. So Wallace, you are now corporeal. You have seen this occur. Now you can move and react.
Um, my first thing is gonna check on Sturgis.
Sturgis, aka Fwasti, is on his back. He doesn't have a wound, but the color is like draining out of his face. He's like losing his color. He's wheezing, and his eyes seem very lidded and heavy.
Velocity, talk to me. What do we need? What can we do for you?
I fear I am not long for this world.
What?
I was just starting to get to like you.
Sparkles, do something.
He's
I do that thing that Aang does with the marbles with the prestidigitation.
he was far more powerful a mage than I anticipated. And listen, I believe we're back when we need to be, but it was all about positioning and direction. I'm so clear now. Cough, cough. Cinematic. Cough, cough.
I try to stabilize him.
He physically seems in perfect condition. It seems to be more of a spiritual life force concern that is beyond your
Fingers.
medical capabilities.
Sparkles, fingers, do some magics with him.
Jeff, you are now corporeal as well.
So I'm now corporeal. I see a dead, not drow.
You saw all this occur. You saw Celios
Something, yeah.
get thwomped upon by a teleporting dragonborn. Sturgis. Previously, you saw Celios do something to Sturgis, which made him fall
Right.
down, and the color start draining out. And now you see him sputtering and wheezing, talking to Wallace.
Is he visibly damaged or is he visibly worsening?
He's worsening. He's like it.
Oh.
It looks as though the color is fading from him. He's
Okay.
He's
Did we
dying.
get our,
Wait a minute.
wait.
Hang on.
wait. Hold on. Did we
Okay.
get our spells back?
you haven't
Since we
rested.
leveled.
No, you haven't rested.
But
I have a
also-
minor health potion that I'd like to give him.
It's still Jeff's action, but no.
Oh, sorry.
So okay, so I can cast a spell, but if I have a first and second level slots unavailable, then I would.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever spell slots
Um,
you have.
So the moment that I see the Stumpy Dwarf not doing so hot, I'm going to do this.
Oh, he's got healing word. Good. I forgot we had an actual healer.
That's an
And
AOE
you-
or a single.
That's a single healing word's a small amount of healing, but from a distance.
Got it.
Bonus action spell.
Understood.
What
So
a
you
terrible.
you cast healing word, and when you do, you see the effect of the spell, whatever visually the effect occurs. It exits you and it reaches Sturgis, and like where it enters his body, that begins to look more lively, and then starts draining out again.
Has it by any chance been morning?
You guys have not rested since last combat.
Right, yes, but is it morning? Or has it been
What's up?
dawn?
He's got charges.
Yes.
Oh, you have like a staff of
You're-
one of those
Yes,
lemons or
exactly.
something.
The
Oh,
the
my
other
lemon staff.
yeah, the other staff has no additional charges. Your lemon staff may have lemons. We haven't really been tracking that. I kind of forgot you had
We
it.
have not been tracking that. Yes, it would be the rod of life. I can. Oh,
He must have one by now.
yeah. Well, actually, it's constantly
It's been
growing.
weeks.
So, yeah. Every month, 1d4 new lemons grow on the staff, and
It's been a
yes.
month, I would think, at least, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, actually.
Has it been
We
a
spent
month?
weeks traveling from the place originally to.
Since you've
Springstone.
acquired the staff, certainly lemons would have grown.
Yeah. We haven't used any since
so-
we acquired it, right?
Well,
Right. So I
except
mean, if
somebody
there's a
was
constant
cursed.
cycle of.
Somebody was cursed and used lemons.
Right, but I think it's been a month since then.
Roll
I mean, we spent all that time traveling.
roll a d2 on a 2. Lemons have grown, and then you can roll how many.
Okay.
50-50 shot. 50-50 90.
All right. So 1d4 lemons are on your staff of Rod of Life or whatever.
Will the DM let us save Sturgis?
So yeah, there are 2 lemons on your Rod of Life.
Okay. Let me see how to administer them.
Let them eat them. They're like
Yeah, it
they're,
can
they're
be
like
consumed by.
Sensu
they're like the holy
So-
grail of fruit.
So I have my shotgun. Happens, I pull it off my back, and I'm like, wait a minute, guys, look! And I pluck from underneath, like I guess where you would where you put the shells in the magazine.
I forgot you turned that into a gun.
I eject out one lemon. I rack it out.
That's gonna be so much fun for the rest of this campaign.
Nobody's gonna know what it
You
is.
eject out a lemon.
Yep. And I catch it in the air and
You
I
catch it.
eat this.
You give it to Sturgis. He doesn't really have the strength to move his arms and do it himself.
Well, I don't want to stuff like a full lemon into his mouth,
like-
so I guess I cut it
I
and,
take a
and
knife out, yeah,
squeeze it.
break the
Yeah.
pieces, yeah. Oh, there you go. Squeeze the juices in his mouth.
I appreciate your effort, but I fear that even healing magics and potions won't be enough at this stage. I can feel my
Boy.
life force, but listen, it's all about directions and positions. Of course, I was foolish. The Earlites were about balance in all things. Dance of life and death, dance of fertility and drought. I got the time right, but the position wrong. I fear we could be very far. But you must get back to my workshop. We know that it can be done. My work is real. You must return. Return. And continue. Get to Stain. Use the magics. We could travel from Mehran to Stain. It can be done. I'm literally hyperventilating, breathing like that for cinematic purposes. So I'm gonna stop talking like that because I'm getting lightheaded.
That's out.
Yeah.
The stream, the stream got real awkward. The guy
So-
controlling it fell unconscious.
Wow, Jim's a
Essentially,
method actor.
essentially, what he's saying in his what appear to be death throes, is here's the bullet points of what you gather. His initial research clearly works. You teleported through time and space. On the return, Celios interrupted. He wasn't able to get it just right. He got the time right, but the positioning was wrong. The space is wrong. And he assumes you're very much not in Mehran. But where you are, he can't tell. He urges you to return to Mehran and continue the plan. But his mistake was the transmutation spell was too powerful, and it was interfered by the actual magics that are in the ruins of the Eurolite civilization that you now need to go back, find, and it'll work with with all of his research.
Okay.
So I know I just gave you bullet points, so I'll let you each ask a clarifying question at this stage from what I've told you.
Your transmutation spell was too powerful?
His so he explains that, or you remember his initial plan was using his alchemical transmutation magic to drain the swamp in order to uncover the ruins to get more information about the fabled Eurolabin or Eurolite teleportation capabilities.
Okay.
He calls himself foolish, and it was the reason you were teleported forward in time is his transmutation magic interfered or interacted with the actual powers of the Eurolites buried in the ruins beneath and activated essentially their teleportation. But since it was unknown what you guys were doing, you randomly hurtled yourself forward in time 2,000 some odd years. And he's explaining that it's all based on direction and position in relationship to that grid on the floor of the spell to control where/when you go. So he's urging you to return to not use transmutation magics or powerful arcane magics, but actually get to the Eurolite ruins. And apparently something in there he still doesn't know. But it works. He's saying it works. We know it works. Get back there, follow my research, get to my lab. We know it can work. Is what he's basically saying. So Jeff, if you'd like to ask a clarifying question, you can. You're asking this of Sturgis.
So he's on his, like he's gonna
He-
die basically, right?
He dying.
Yeah, so for cinematics, you're getting this last words scene.
Okay, I just didn't know
But-
if I should like try to dispel magic or try to polymorph him. I don't know.
Celios Patinkin power deathed him.
Oh,
But
okay, he's done.
instead of instantly dying, you're getting this cinematic plot
Got it.
device.
He dying.
I actually have something that just came to me. It completes the loop quite well. So I get down on one knee to Sturgis and, kind of jokingly, hey, hang in there, old chap. And then I sigh, and I look away for a second, and I reach into my pouch, and I pull out the dwarf weenus that I never got to use. And I say, this is yours, and you should have it back.
That's phenomenal. He looks at you with quizzical
I've been,
eyes.
I've been
Says,
carrying that around for a year.
like an I always liked you the least.
I actually have it in my inventory too.
I know, I've seen it. All right, that's Jeff's clarifying question. Jin, you get an opportunity to get a clarifying question in.
Man, I was just starting to get to like you. Now you gotta go, huh? All right. What do you want us to do with
This what?
the spell? You know, like the.
Oh, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of time to say anything to you. Well, say much to you. But you would remember that his initial goal, the whole reason he started the whole thing that he's doing, was to the whole reason he wanted to drain the swamp, if you recall, was to uncover the Eurolite ruins, which apparently, based on his research, contained some information or something that would unlock the secrets of how the Eurolites were able to traverse through all the different continents. And his ultimate goal was to use that to get to Stain, to get to the resources and riches
Right.
that are
Yes.
supposed to be there, and therefore circumvent the whole reason that Gilea
Couldn't get
and
there.
Mehran are at war.
Cool.
Basically end the Cold War between Gilea and Mehran by granting the Kingdom of Mehran access to the resources in Stain without having to fight the Dark Elves or fight Gilea to get there. That's like his ultimate goal, was to do that. So what he's telling you is it will work. We know it'll work because we were hurtled forward and backwards in time, and now we've also seen that it hurtled us somewhere in space. So clearly the Eurolites did possess a way to travel through time and space. And now that we know what we know, fill in the gaps, complete my research, and see it to the end. That's what he's requesting you to do as he's dying.
Okay.
As this is going on, I'm pulling out my banjo and playing a very sad, slow rendition of "Dust in the Wind."
Phenomenal. With that, all three of you have had your clarifying moment or comedic moment as you saw fit. And Sturgis shuffles loose this mortal coil and passes.
And then as he passes, I take out my wineskin, pour a little on the ground for him, get down, the whole cinematic, close the eyelids.
Very nice.
Should we build a cairn? Or
And
I
then-
could incinerate
And
him.
then after he passes, I take the weenus back because I decide maybe it'll be useful in the future.
Yep. Should we dig through his stuff? I mean, not to be disrespectful, but he's got things we need. So I didn't really like him that much, so I can go ahead and just start digging through his pockets.
I'm back. Sorry, my headset died.
Or I'm looting him.
Okay. Did
More or
anybody else
less.
say anything?
I mean, I'll grab the. Actually, no, I won't. I'll take the Black Claw. That's for somebody else. I'll kick Celios.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you already got the list of stuff on Celia.
I have all of Celios' stuff already. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything on Sturgis that we should, besides Black Claw, that, like anything that stands out? Like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'm going for. Just trying to make sure that we have everything that,
So
he may have.
He has a
I'm
scroll.
not talking.
I know what you're saying, but he has a scroll case full of notes, which is his ongoing research that he's had with him.
Definitely need that.
He
So
does have
I'll take those.
a winter blanket. He has the black claw and a quarterstaff. He has his spell component pouch, his spell book, his clothes. He has an herbalisms kit, a scholar's pack. He has a book of lore, which is like lore about Uralabin Valley.
I'll take that.
He has a little bag of sand.
I'll take that.
He has a small knife, backpack, ink and an ink pen, parchment, and I already said the black claw.
I'll take the spell components and the spell book.
Does he have any coins on him?
He has no currency on him at the moment. He also has a small disc-shaped thing that has like an embossment made of maybe pewter or similar metal, and it's embossed with what looks to be a little modron that you remember from the past. Almost looks like a coin, but it's like too big and thick to be a coin that you would recognize.
I'll take that and flip it up to Jin.
Cool. Is there any buttons or anything on it?
No, it's just like this. It almost looks like a disc of indium in terms of its like weight and shape and color.
Iridescent.
It's a little iridescent, but it's got this embossment like a coin, like a bas relief almost.
This sand, is there anything I can tell about it? Like, is it literally just sand, or is
It's
there
super white, fine, like Hawaiian beach sand. Or not
Does
Hawaiian.
it change
Hawaiian's
color
gone,
in the presence of magic?
but
Sorry, that's
does
just
the
a reference to a
sand
different.
change color? No.
Yeah, as a reference to a different
Oh, gotcha.
fantasy world.
Cool.
So I'll pick up the black claw and I don't know, like move it between the two of you. Like, who wants this? Who's gonna take? You're taking responsibility for this. Thing is,
me? I'm the reason that this dwarf is dead right now, probably.
I wouldn't go that far. Sparkles, you don't want the staff?
Listen, I am full of staffs.
Yeah, you have a lot of staffs. You've got the Rod of Life and the Tempest staff.
I guess if you want to throw the black claw in my inventory.
Okay. How do
Mike,
I
I only hesitate because
show-
I have a
No, I don't want to show
strength
this
penalty. I can only carry basically what I have.
Oh,
Wallace.
Wait, do I also have the Tempest staff? Because then I have the staff of Aurelia.
Oh no. No. Wait, did somebody
that-
take the Tempest staff?
I don't even remember what that is.
It was
don't
Dad's
recall.
NPC's staff.
I don't think so.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
Think
not
you
in any
should
of
have?
your it's not in any of your journals. Oh no, it's in everybody's journal. It's not if it's not in your inventory, then I didn't give it to anybody. Okay, sorry.
Was that from like a one shot maybe?
No. It wasn't from a one
I
shot.
don't recall that.
There was that dude that was
It was
underground who had all that
the guy with
stuff
the
written on his
tattoo.
back and like
It was
the
my-
mushroom.
When my
Oh,
dad
yeah,
NPC'd that one session,
Yep.
that was
I guess
his
you didn't
weapon.
take it.
I guess nobody took it. Anyway, but Mike, you should now see the Black Claw in artifacts and items.
You drag it into my inventory.
I don't know if I can because of the way I made it. Let me see if I can do that.
Okay.
Does it work like that? Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Because I made it as like a handout.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Oh, so this wasn't. It's not like a. Okay. Never mind. All right.
But you can read it.
I've got to zoom in, but yeah. Okay. All right. It's a bludgeoning weapon. Okay. All right.
I'll edit your character sheet. I'll put it in there while we're continuing the role play.
Cool. All right. At that point, I'll start. Yeah. I mean, Okay, now I'll like take a look at our surroundings. Like, where is this water coming from?
So the water seems to be coming just up from an underground spring feeding this tree,
Okay.
as best as you
Um,
can tell.
I mean, I like. Thing is, I like it sparkles. I like the idea about making a can, but I don't know if there's enough. I don't know. Is there enough rocks around here to build one?
Yeah, like these are all larger moss-covered stone. So, in the bed of this little brook, stream, tide pool, whatever flood pool you want to call it, you could find a good number of river, smooth river rock type rocks.
All right.
Because there's a small current, as you can see, as it flows downward.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Is
we
there? Is there? Yeah. I was gonna say, like, is there like a? I don't know. Is this like a
dry
solid dry
spot.
spot?
Yeah. We don't want to poison anybody's water supply.
I'm sorry, say that again. You were both
Is there like
talking.
a? Is this like a dry spot we could put them on?
A dry spot you could put them on.
Like
Where
yeah,
I'm,
like not,
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
where I'm.
putting
So
them in the
everything
water.
everything behind the tree is relatively dry.
Oh, all right. I'll just okay. We'll
Oh,
bring
so
them
maybe
over
like
there then and start.
over here or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Start building them a cairn.
Okay.
I mean, while we're doing this, I mean, I'm trying to get a lay of the land, like look around. I mean, I don't recognize this at all, I'm sure, but I'm
So
just trying to see, like, is
yeah,
there indications of
not only
wildlife, any indications of civilization?
not only do you not know your location, you don't even recognize a lot of the flora around.
So
Cool.
I don't recognize these trees and things. Do you know where we are?
I'm guessing we're in a uncharted pot of. Hold on, where's the big map? My guess is we're somewhere in Corn, since or Stain, like since I don't recognize any of this. But yeah, no, my guess is we're somewhere in Corn, since this is all weird looking.
Hmm.
Which means getting back to
Very.
Galea is going to be a. He was from Gaspar, yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Sturgis was from Gaspar.
So Sturgis initially studied in the university at Gaspar, um,
Oh, but his lab was where we were
but his
in
lab
the woods.
was
That's
yeah
right.
in the Uralaban forest.
Got it. Okay.
But it's all part of Gaspar is the capital of the entire Mayran kingdom.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay.
Would we have this map of Emrae or be familiar with it?
Let's say we would. I think I would just kind of like I know you and I know what the Earth's
Yeah,
continents.
you're
like
familiar. I mean, you're familiar with the globe of Emrae, so to speak, and it's not a globe; it's a plane. What is unfamiliar is really the nature. So I know you guys have seen the world map a million times.
Mhm.
In reality, no one actually knows the layout or the landscape of anything um,
west of Galea.
west of the Scar and the Maelstrom and the Endless Mists. There's speculation, maps are drawn, giving them, you know, terrain and what it looks like, but it's all a mystery
Yeah. So
to
my guess is
to
was
to you
somewhere in Corn,
guys.
since this is all weird. So, uh, yeah, my plan is to go east once we've put him to rest. I don't know what we're gonna do with that guy's body.
Leave it.
Eh, the thing is, point. I don't want to poison the water supply.
Burn it.
Burn it. I
Now
can
that's
burn
an
it.
idea. So while this is happening,
Yes.
for some reason, you start seeing two little lights following behind me.
Oh, I totally forgot. I remember, but I totally forgot. I saw your message now. I need to go look at that.
Yeah, and if you need to change things in there for, flavor, be my guest. But you can see what I did. So yeah, there's two small little lights that are like floating behind me, but they're constantly behind me. So, but yeah, they're just floating around behind me. At about a range of about 10 feet.
Hey, Wally, there's something new here you got going on.
What?
You're dancing your light friends behind you there. Like we would see them, right?
And I turn around and see them for the first time, like, wait, and I'll like walk, and they follow me, like, that's new. What, like, SWAT
That's
at them?
new.
You didn't do that?
I don't, I don't know. And then they disappear. I'm like, okay, hold
Oh
on.
boy.
Okay.
Remind
Got
me
it.
again,
Thank you.
with minor illusion, even if it says I can create the image of an object, that means that it's projected into whoever's there to observe it rather than being
It's
some kind of.
non-corporeal. It's just an illusory image. In fact, interacting with it physically reveals it to be an illusion.
Okay, so if I were to jokingly make a wooden crate surrounding one of the dancing lights, would it block the light?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to. So what are you guys doing? There's a lot of not talking happening.
I thought you and Mike were doing something behind the scenes.
No, you
Yes and no.
you guys
So
are.
we're building a cairn, and then I don't know. I'll happily like
What is going on with my
unceremoniously
headset?
grab what's his face by the foot and just drag him somewhere else. We could light him on fire.
Put him somewhere where he's not gonna like ignite the nearby
Yeah,
forest.
somewhere
Yeah.
open it up and just I don't know.
And I could ignite him.
Or maybe we could just. No, I don't want to use him for firewood, but that would be wrong.
That's gruesome.
Yeah, that's going too far. But yeah, we just find a place to just basically burn the body, and then I don't know, throw some sand on it when it's burned enough. But like, if I assume this will take a couple hours to like, I don't know. Anybody got so like once we build the cairn for Wasti, I don't know, a moment of silence, I would think, and then I don't know, look awkwardly at each other and just like, I don't know, I think we should say something.
Meh. We said it.
We will say something when we continue his work.
That was.
You were good. You were a good friend while you left. Well, that's a weird thing to say. You were a good friend, Wasti.
While
This
you
is
left.
clearly would. Yeah, we're. I'm glad to know that if I die, in this foreign country or wherever the heck we are, that the two of you will be very respectful of my body whenever whatever happens. Thanks,
Oh,
thanks for that.
What
Wallace,
is
I
going
think
on
you're,
with my
I
darn
think you're too
headset?
quick
It's
to
driving me
defend
crazy. One
someone that
second.
cast a cone of cold against us once upon a time. We were
Yeah,
working
but
on,
he's saved us plenty of times since then. I mean, we
and
saved the poor guy from.
we saved him too. The way I see it, it's back to the three amigos. So
Yeah. Yeah, but he's the one that like knew how all the magics worked. Well,
if
and
if
how
it
this.
weren't for him, we would have never left our home in the first place.
Eh.
Everything would be fine. You'd be investigating. We'd be hunting down bandits.
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, if it wasn't for him, we'd be in a black god prison. If you recall. That whole like we were in a prison wagon, and then he showed up with a fake dragon and like pulled us out of there. You remember that?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Was
So
that after was that after when we first intruded in his lair,
yes,
and then he?
yeah, that was us leaving because he sent us on our because he sent so quick history lesson, right?
Yeah.
So he sent us on. We found him as a result of like just trying to hunt down like I don't know bandits. I think
Right.
for the Black Art or somebody or like some investigation, and then he sent us on a
So
quest to
yeah,
go
it
find
all
the
remember it all
wild
started
men.
with
Yeah,
Vern
yeah, yeah.
Stior.
Right, Vernstjor, and then we went to the Wild Men to then go to like actually get into the Urlaven place and like steal stuff for Sturgis, and then we got back to the place where we started with the Wild Men, but that's when we got arrested, and because Sturgis was tracking us the whole time and he saw that we weren't coming home or back to his place, he then like I don't know like a week later found like broke us out of prison essentially. So
That's right. I forgot. I forgot this
that whole
Echoes of
episode,
Skyrim.
You guys have been
yeah.
on a hell of a journey.
Seriously.
I forgot how
So yeah,
much
you,
I
you
forgot how
forgive
much
me,
crap I came up with.
So you'll forgive me if I don't want to just dismiss the guy. I mean, yeah, we'd be investigating things, but life would be a heck of a lot more dull. I mean, we know what the future looks like. That's weird, and we don't like it. We gotta change it. We don't want that to be the future anymore. So you'll forgive me if I want to, show a bit of respect for a man that probably changed the course of history.
No, we didn't prevent
Certainly
you
ours.
from. We
I
didn't
give him a
prevent you.
nod then.
We did not prevent you from showing your respects. And
Yeah, fair enough.
I did lean down over to him to return a piece of his skin that I had taken for preparedness reasons before,
You
and
did, yes.
he
That was
kind he
it was.
kind of told me what I thought. So I'm not gonna be nice to him when he can't hear it. What's the point?
Uh, again, good to know if I die.
You're also lumping yourself like in the same category as him based on clearly you're my friend Wallace. If you passed away, your Cairn would be at least 2 feet higher than this, and I would play for at least an hour.
I appreciate that, Fingers. Thank you. All right. Well, Sturgis, you brought us all closer together, I guess. And maybe we'll see what happens with your book. We got to get the heck after this. We got to figure out where the heck we are first. And then I spit on what's his name.
Is he on fire yet or not?
Up a ticket's burning corpse wherever, like I don't know, at least 100 feet away from Sturgis's cairn. All right. So going off of the assumption, I don't know what time of day is it now.
Well, interesting. I now need to pull up the calendar and make some changes. What's going on with my damn headset? It keeps turning off and on. It's driving me crazy. I wonder if there's a firmware update I need to do. Oh, I hope that stops. Sorry about that. It's driving me crazy. The calendar. Let me go to the calendar real quick. Stand by. How do I change? Okay. Um. I got you, Wallace. Okay. So, it is currently, like early dewy morning, which, if you recall, it was not early dewy morning when you left.
I have no idea what time of day it was when we left.
It was like late afternoon
Okay.
when you were fighting, and then you arrived early dewy morning. It's hot, it's
Ah,
muggy, it's humid.
Oh.
see,
Uh.
would my
Um.
would my character be able to put that together? That even though the time is the same, it looks like it's morning because we're on the other side of this rotating orb.
You're not on a rotating orb, you're on a plane.
Oh, this is a flat plane.
Yeah.
Most. Yeah. Most Dungeons and Dragons worlds are planes, like literally. Like
Ah,
you can be a flat planer in Dungeons and Dragons. You'd actually be right.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
so it's
Yeah.
basically to understand what day-night cycles, you have to think like a flat earther.
Well, it's just like
I want to say it is still. I don't. I think
I
say
think
it's still a sphere, but like space is not what you think it is.
I think the
Doesn't like.
whole plane gets day and
Anyway,
the whole plane gets night concurrently, I believe.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, it's I created the plane myself, so it can be whatever I want, and that's what I've
Yeah.
stated.
I mean, I was thinking the same thing as you, Jeff. I was thinking we were just in a different time zone, but I don't know if that's even a concept would be familiar with.
Having never traveled far enough, I think, for it to matter.
Yeah,
Well,
or fast
I mean,
enough. Yeah.
that's why I prefaced it with "Would I know that?" Because I know
Yeah,
that.
no, you wouldn't, because like
No, our characters wouldn't. Yeah.
time zones really only matter because of instantaneous communication across them.
Longitudinal travel. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Traveling faster than the sun moves, and yeah, instantaneous communication across large distances. So, well, wait, what time is it? How long? Oh, we had just woken up. All right, so that works out. We had just woken up, sprinted, teleported, watched our friend die, and then traveled back to the past. Yes. Well, gents, going off the assumption that we're somewhere in Corm, I suggest we start moving east, and then do I have? Hold on. Does Wallace have wilderness survival, or is that just a Mike thing?
That is an
No.
old skill. I think it'd be just
That's-
survival,
It's
right?
just nature or survival.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just thinking like literally. I'm thinking like my Boy Scout wilderness survival
Oh,
thinking versus
gotcha.
like does Wallace know how to meander through a forest? And the answer, how to like land navigation basically. And I'm like, no, Wallace doesn't. So, yeah, no. I suggest we just start going east. Because
We
where we're
know,
trying
we
to go is
know,
eventually that direction.
right? We don't need to
Like,
roll a check for that.
What's that?
which
We
way's
we
east?
can probably figure out which way is
I
east
mean,
by using this.
yeah, one would assume.
Oop, sorry.
Well, not trying to split hairs. Just if I don't know if you're saying like no, you don't need to roll, like you can do that, or I'd rather not guess. Like if it means making a survival check and inspiring someone to get it right.
No, I
But
I
just 'cause-
think it's safe to assume that you can navigate by the sun.
okay. And then since we're in a jungle canopy, like we're beneath this jungle
You are
canopy,
in a
and
pretty dense, thick jungle setting currently.
so we would probably need to roll then, right?
Roll what?
A survival check, probably.
I mean, you can tell where the sun's coming from. It's not pitch black in here.
It's dawn.
You know that it's morning, which you know that because of the sun.
Okay, no, just like okay. So you said it was misty and we're under trees and the diffusion of light. That could mean it's actually really tricky to tell where the sun's coming from. Hence the check. But if it's not, I'm not
It's
trying to
not
split hairs.
necessary. I'm telling you what you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Yeah. Stop making your
So,
life
yeah,
harder.
I say we keep. Yeah, I say we just try to
You
find
can
a way through the
successfully
jungle.
travel east if you wish to travel east.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So,
I'm saying-
I didn't want to burn an inspiration charge if I didn't
No,
have to.
unnecessary.
oh,
Listen, Jess, should we maybe get a little bit of a little rest here? How we doing? Everybody doing okay?
I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool. I guess we didn't really expend too much. All right, but has there been a dawn? You said it's dewy morning, but would that count for new charges
So,
for my staff?
interesting mechanic because typically we don't time travel in D&D and your staff does recharge charges at dawn. Since your last combat, there has not been a dawn. It's only been 30 minutes. So any charges that were spent fighting Celios are spent until a new
Still
dawn.
spent. Got it.
'Cause
Aren't there
technically you weren't present in this time and space
for dawn?
for dawn. It's already dawned. So that's an easy way to do it. So you guys are traveling east. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are there any tall trees nearby that we can climb to
There's-
just kind of like get a little
there's-
bit of a bearing?
Tall
all
trees
over the
literally
place.
everywhere.
But like any that appear taller or on top of a hill, or is it relatively flat?
So the elevation is not relatively flat. There are, as you can see, elevation changes with the spring that you're at, pouring water downward. There's large rocks, a lot of moss. I mean, it's like a mountainous, jungly region, like the hilly mountain jungle ranges of Africa, like the Congo type setting.
As we head east, are we heading up in elevation?
That I can actually give you a definitive, and I don't have to make it up. As you are heading east, in your current state, you are increasing in elevation.
Perfect. So we'll just keep doing this until we find the most obvious tall tree at the top of the topographic.
Or a path or a road or some,
Or-
instance
yeah.
of civilization.
If only we had someone who could investigate such a thing.
I mean, I wouldn't know what to look for. I mean, yeah, I don't. I will look around for any instance of civilization nearby, like as we walk. I don't know if that'd be a perception or an investigation, or if we could even. Is this just simply yes or no?
You can roll an
I
investigation.
I was just being facetious since it's like an auto crit with you.
See, way to make me roll a 3.
You
Why didn't you make yourself roll higher?
you don't notice any sort of path or trail or any sign of vegetation being snapped or broken. There's wildlife. You can hear birds chirping. You can see insects and bugs and the occasional little scuttle through the leaves. But this doesn't, to your best assessment, it doesn't look like a wilderness that's been in this area seen by man in any form or another. And as you're sort of parting some ferns and looking around, and looking underneath the you know the undergrowth, I was trying to say.
Yep.
Jeff or Leganor and Jin, roll perception checks, please.
Give me I am rather distracted.
Aren't we all? Good lord.
Yeah. All right.
Better
So
roll a
you
2 and a
don't
1,
really
everybody.
you don't really notice anything while Mike is searching.
Gents, we suddenly have ourselves a problem we haven't had to worry about for a while now. At least I think we
What
have.
was that?
So as Wallace says that, and you guys look at him, you hear him say, "We suddenly have a problem we haven't had to think about in a while." And when you look at him, he has horns. Like they're not physical. He has like blue, ghostly horns coming out of his head.
No, so what I was trying to say is that we haven't had to think about food because we've had to just be able to just create food whenever we want, right? So we got to start maybe forge, unless one of you two can also magically create food of a sort.
But I need the staff to be working. Oh, yeah, I keep pushing the wrong one. Sorry.
Apparently nobody gives a shit.
No, I was pointing at his head. I was going, your
Oh.
head. Yeah.
So Jin is pointing at your head, Mike.
What?
I'm pointing at his head too, while my other hand very cautiously, slowly reaches from my revolver, trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Leganor is pointing at you and reaching for his weapon.
Well, I'm trying to do like the what's going on, and hope he doesn't notice the hand reaching behind my back.
Yeah, well,
Is
Mike
that
notices these
is
things because he has a passive perception of like a million. So he sees you pointing at him and reaching for your revolver.
so at that I like stop. Like, is there like a snake? Like, is something hanging down? What? Like, I stop moving?
Uh, tell us
Did-
you're not possessed right now.
What? Tell us you're not. What do you? I don't understand.
Possessed,
Um,
demonic.
I'm not. So there's no thing behind me. Why are you pointing at me if there's nothing?
Are
Look
the
like I
horns
don't.
still there?
As Mike's looking around, as you know, Wallace is looking around, they fizzle out.
A pair of illusory horns just appeared above your head, and I've never known you to use magic.
Yeah, and you had those dots behind you before. What's going on, man?
I don't. You're the magic users. You tell me. Is that are these no? I don't. I mean, I felt a little tingly since we got back, but I figured everybody else felt that way. No.
Something might be going on. I don't know
Neither you
what.
nor Leganor have felt uncharacteristically tingly.
You know, I'm not overly tingly currently.
Can I perform an Arcana check to try to figure out? I mean, there were
There's,
horns above his head, and then there weren't, and they disappeared when he started to move. So would that sound familiar to
I mean, now that you're thinking about it, you need to observe it again to successfully check for Arcana, but there's nothing to observe at the moment.
Uh-huh. Uh, Wallace, dear friend, I think you're right. We need to forage, and maybe you should take point.
Okay. Glad we were just talking about how we're gonna treat me when I get killed. I'll start walking. I don't know, hacking away at underbrush. If anybody knows, I mean, we're an unnatural. So none of you can make magical food. I never did get an answer on that one. Knuckles?
Yeah, I can, but I need charges.
Oh, right. So
So
in the morning.
tomorrow?
Morning. Oh, all right. Well, all right. Do any of us have? I mean, I have rations in my inventory, but I feel like I wouldn't have had them anymore at this point. So I'll ask that as the DM. Like, would we have like?
Did anybody keep any of your synth
can't imagine.
bars, or did you dump them all when you learned what they were?
No,
I
we
think
dumped them all.
them.
Yeah.
Then, as a result, none of you have rations or food on you at the moment.
Fantabulous. All right.
So let's tighten the belts until tomorrow morning. Got it.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, but we'll be good for a while.
Um.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
can.
I want to fill my water skin into like another source of like clean-looking spring water.
Yeah, I'm not fond of this mucky jungle water.
I mean, the
I
the,
say
the
we-
cairn where you built the cairn, there was a natural spring you could have filled up there.
Oh, like clean spring water, not stagnant jungle water.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then
that
I'll
where
fill
you
up.
guys arrived, it was a ground-fed spring that was causing current and a waterfall.
I guess it's probably too late to retroactively say I filled my water skin there.
You haven't gone that far. You can go back.
Oh, yeah. I'll turn
You
around.
guys
Go.
you guys really just kind of started.
Yeah. No, I'll turn around and go fill my water skin in the free spring.
Yep.
I'll
All right. Yeah. So we'll fill up.
All right, you got water. Water skins full of water for the three of you.
Yay. All right. I'll start trekking east at this point.
The party travels east. Okay. So as we stated, the elevation is increasing as you move due east. The landscape is again this hot, steamy, dense, uncivilized, completely wild jungle setting that none of you have physically experienced, unless, and you can tell me about your histories, anyone who has spent time in or around Bordunia would be familiar with some amount of tropical fauna, although that's more more level ground rainforest, less, thick African jungle. So it's not exactly the same. You'd
Yeah,
be
so
more familiar. You'd be more
I
familiar
grew
at
up in
least with.
Virginia.
You'd be more familiar at least with the climate and the thick wooded nature
Oh,
of the
all right.
landscape. But it's different. It seems more ancient and wild and unkempt, whereas Bordunia is, a very civilized area.
Yeah, so I would kind of relay that to them, like, hey, this kind of looks like Bordunia,
Bordunia
but the plants just don't look quite right.
Bordunia is like mangroves, Everglades kind of a landscape. This is, like I said, it's like mountainous Congo jungle.
It's just not quite the same, but it's similar. So I don't think we're there.
All right.
I guess really latitudes aren't really
Well,
a
if you find
thing
any,
in a
if you
plane.
see
So.
any, if you see any, I don't know, fruits, leaves, or something you know is safe to eat, feel free to point them out.
You hungry, bud? Yeah, just hit me till tomorrow morning, then we'll have plenty of food.
All right.
I'm a street urchin from the slums of Canoria. I have no idea what's safe to eat out here.
Everything looks both safe to eat and like it will kill me at the same time.
Delicious tea or deadly poison?
Alright, so we're moving east.
Mm-hmm. What is the goal? You're moving east until.
I mean, until we can either like get a view of the landscape, we come across some sort of civilization, or we hit water, like ocean. I mean, I just know that like home is somewhere to the east.
Gotcha.
If still on the assumption that we're in Corm, I don't know if we're north, south, or what, but I know like east is like one general direction to go in.
Understood.
I mean, pending any other better ideas.
No, that's all we can do.
Okay. All right. So, we are going to jump to a skill challenge.
Okay.
First, you're going to notice that, again, as you're moving east, the elevation goes up. And as it gets steeper and steeper, the landscape starts to look like there's an actual rocky mountain range, once you can get visibility, that's kind of jutting out of this thick, dense jungle that's very hilly and mountainy. That's also further to the east and south of you. Um, so I guess you'd have to make a decision as to what your plans are. Are you skirting around the mountains? Are you going straight into and over the mountains? What are you trying to do?
I mean, are they like snow-capped mountains where you kind of look like, oh, that's a whole journey in and of itself, or is this like a little day hike to get up and down the other side?
Um, it's they're not snow capped, but we're talking about a mountain range that, I mean, you can only see what you can see from your vantage, but even in the moment of climbing the highest tree and looking about, I mean, there's jungle on all sides of you for many miles. Like beyond as far as you can see in any direction, there's jungle, and then the mountains that you see again are to the south and east of you. And it's a mountain range as far as your visibility will allow you to see.
I got you. I'm trying to
And
remember.
northeast is just jungle.
North and northeast and northwest and west is just thick, dense jungle for, again, as miles and miles as far as you can see. Because it's really rolling
Okay.
hillscapes, since you don't have
Right.
infinite visibility anyway.
Okay. Gents, I guess my suggestion would be we try to just follow along the northern edge of this mountain range and not have to climb too high, but maybe not stay stuck in this humid forest, jungle, whatever it is.
Yeah, maybe if we get out of the above the tree line just a little bit, we'll be able to see and it'll be a little easier going.
Yeah. So,
Makes sense.
he'll east and maybe slightly north just to get around the mountain range, but not, or at least get along the edge of where the jungle and mountains are.
Alright, so we're going to do a 50-50 skill challenge, so 3 successes before 3 failures. and you're going to explain using your skills how you are effectively traveling and surviving your trek through the jungle to get yourself above the tree line and follow the mountain range.
Okay. Do we need to roll for an order or just jump
Yeah,
in?
what's the
Yeah,
order?
let's roll for an order here. Everybody just roll a d6.
Guess I'm going first.
All right. So Jin is first. I just need Jeff to roll again because you and Wallace both got ones. All right. Jin, Jeff, Mike, Jin, Jeff, Wallace. Jin, Leganor, Wallace. Jin first.
All right, so I'm going to, deftly kind of not really swing through the trees, but because I feel like we're on a mountain, right? So it's not going to be exactly level, so we're going to be traveling not up and down, but across. So I'll be kind of like swinging between trees and kind of hanging out and making sure that my buddies got their good footing and uh, making sure nobody slips down the hill. So ideally, that would be athletics.
Swinging through trees and footing sounds more like acrobatics to me.
What would athletics be? Like
Athletics
I'm
is.
not talking like monkey swings. I'm just
Oh,
like
well, it's literally what you showed me.
like
Sorry.
how do I explain it? Like when you walk through the woods and you grab a tree and you swing yourself around like that. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know how
that
you
seems
describe
more dexterity than strength.
it. Okay,
That just sounds more like acrobatics to me.
fair enough. Okay. Um, then I really
Also,
don't have.
I don't know how that aids you in traveling. That just seems like fun.
Yes, but I said I was making sure my buddies get good footings and everything. So, all right, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I'll just keep an eye out and make sure that there's nothing gonna bite our feet. I will try to perceive if there are anything dangerous or spiky or poisony.
Okay, that's valid. So while you're traveling, you're using your perception to watch out for jungle dangers to the best of your knowledge based on your
Yes.
experience in the tropics.
In exactly, yes.
Sure.
So I'll tell the guys, hey, listen, I
So
don't have experience with this place, but
that'll be a DC 13 perception. Success. Very good. Leganor.
I will look at what Jin was trying to do for a moment and then actually do it with a good acrobatics check.
All right.
that looks
So
fun.
that's fine, but as I don't know how that helps you guys as a party travel and survive successfully.
Well, okay, so
You
we're
can
we're
do that.
elevation. There's scree and glacial moraine and whatever. So I'm just trying to show everyone as best I know how. Hey, here's how to keep your footing. Here's how to, you know, don't just clamber up rocks, go around them, that kind of thing. Conserve your energy.
All right. Quite
You know,
different than swinging through the trees.
Mhm.
But that's fine. So you're using your acrobatics to demonstrate proper footing as
on
best as
uneven terrain.
on uneven
Yeah.
terrain, as best as you can, having grown up in a city and never seen a jungle before. Noted.
Sure,
At
but it does mean I've clambered. Up,
Yeah, sides of buildings,
yeah.
walls.
Sides of buildings and roof tiles are exactly the same as jungle limbs and
I
mossy
mean,
rocks.
hey,
Good.
I
I'm
have
glad
like
we're on the same page.
I have like two skill. I have one,
I,
two,
it's
three.
all
I have
good.
four skills that don't help us at all right now because they're
Oh,
all city
it's
dwellers
all about
things.
creativity. That's fine. We'll let you do acrobatics.
If you can
Because
come up with a good way for me to use persuasion in the middle of this jungle, I
that's
would
literally your
absolutely.
job in a skill challenge is to come up with a good way to use persuasion. That's literally what the skill challenge is about.
I'm
Um,
just saying.
anyway, Do your acrobatics check.
Or
DC.
can I just persuade the party to move east and be like all munchkin about it?
Do your acrobatics check. DC 14. Fine.
Hey, there you go.
Success. And since it hasn't been done yet, Wallace, this skill challenge has to be about survival and not travel.
So, I would like to think this is going to do both.
Okay.
So my intent is to use my animal handling skills to try to intuit. You said this place is wild, right? Which means there's a lot of wild animals. There's a lot of critters and creatures. So I'm basically trying to keep an eye on any of the various different woodland or jungleland creatures to basically see like, okay, what looks pissed, what doesn't. That thing looks like it's trying to protect that area, so let's just maybe do like a wide berth around whatever that creature is to like not walk into its den. Basically, I'm just trying to keep a sense of everything that's moving and living, and know what we can avoid, not piss anything off, and get bitten by some venomous thing that'll kill us before we get 5 miles out of the woods or jungle.
Okay. Um, that is good for both travel and survival. It doesn't help you eat and drink, but I think that's been sorted anyway. Animal
Mm.
handling is very well suited for riding horses and pack hounds and hunting dogs. But you're unfamiliar with a lot of these animals you've ever seen, so it's
Well, it
difficult.
also says intuit in animals' intentions.
Okay, sure. I guess that doesn't specifically state should be animals you have experience with, so that's fine. All right, all considered, all sounds good. You'll have a DC 14.
No. Boo. Actually, can I?
Can you roll a? No,
That's fine.
hang on.
I did something terrible. I tried to make friends with a cobra. Crap.
2/3.
Yeah,
this
right on 2/3. Yeah.
this actually worked out perfectly. All right. So let me just do one more thing.
That's the kind of roll where it didn't matter what I tried.
No, this is phenomenal. So, Wallace, you
Yes.
are tracking animal tracks that you are confident is some sort of cloven hoof animal, believing that if you can track it down, it'll either lead you to a food source or a water source, or potentially something that you guys could tame and actually utilize as a beast of burden or aid in your, much like you did with in the woods with the elk, right? Same kind of
Right.
idea.
It
Um,
died immediately.
but of course, you're in a completely unfamiliar place and terrain, and you're not familiar with the animals that you're tracking.
Right.
Um, as you're following these tracks, you, for flavor's sake, let's say, you step on a twig, and it snaps, and it gives away your position to the animal that you haven't really identified, but you've been tracking. And suddenly, the party, or not the party, just you, because you're far away. I'm gonna have to mock up a fake map real quick. Um, so pay no attention to most of the terrain. I'm just using a. Um, sorry, I just gotta move some tokens around. 1, 2, 3, copy. Sorry, 1 second. Paste.
$23.
Yeah, for skill challenge like this, I can basically only use perception or acrobatics if there's no social element going on. That if we're going by rules as written, what the skill
You have
actually does.
tools too, don't you?
I have a disguise kit, thieves' tools, and a electric banjo. So
I
I'm
mean,
not
I
I'm
could.
not trying to be I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just saying if you can tie together sleight of hand and pickpocketing with surviving in the jungle, I'd love to hear it as a bit inspiration. 'Cause
I mean,
bet
I could see using the banjo as like a way to maybe move everybody's mood, incorporate some sort of like, or maybe like a calming effect to just hopefully like keep the animals around us from doing anything hostile. Or
playing an
Speaking of
electric
animals,
banjo that gives
speaking
away our perception or position.
Eh?
speaking of animals going hostile,
Oh, jeez.
um, Mike,
Yes.
you snap a twig, as we mentioned is a thing that you did,
Right.
and you are beset upon by this.
Um. So are they okay? So I'll like stop and be like, do I recognize these things?
Would you ever recognize these things? I don't
Probably
think you.
not.
Yeah, you've
Wallace wouldn't.
certainly. Wallace has certainly never seen this before.
Okay.
It kind of looks like
Giant
what.
cats with 6 legs.
Yeah, it kind of looks like what you'd expect a panther to look like, but it's not quite the same.
Um. So I'm just gonna stop and like try to back away slowly while taking the dodge action.
Is this only Wallace that sees it, or do we see this too?
Well, Wallace is present, so I've moved him to a different map momentarily. Based on what happens, you may or may not become aware of what's occurring.
Okay. Um. So yeah, do they are like what's the general sense I'm getting from these animals? Are they looking straight at me?
Yeah,
Like did I just walk
so
in on them?
you snapped the twig. That
Right.
noise certainly got their attention. They, much like the hunter in Jurassic Park, where all of a sudden he looked to his left and there it was snarling at him. There they are. They were hunting you apparently, and they're snarling at you.
Um.
At least that's your animal handling sense gives you the sense of that their intentions are snarly.
Okay. Um. So yeah, I'll hold my shield up, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna try to back away slowly.
Um. Oh, right. The critical. No, because of the critical one. So that 67. You are under the effects of frightened by this
Ah! So in that case, I'm running, aren't I? Hold on. Frightened. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks attack rolls while the source of its fear is in line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its. Oh, okay, yeah, no, then I'm doing well. Um, right. So yeah, no, in that case, I'm definitely like slowly trying to move back away from these things. Like, while trying not to make noise because I don't want to startle them.
So you're being quiet. You're not making noise. Very good. Um. So you slowly are backing away for the purpose of a turn. How much distance would you gain from that?
I mean, probably maybe 5, 10 feet, maybe.
Okay, so I'll put you here. Um, in response, the thing that frightened you is going to lash out at you.
At which point I will scream.
Okay. At this point, you guys hear a scream coming in that direction.
What is this audio I'm hearing in the
I
background?
don't know.
Oh, it's Zach, I think.
Yeah, sorry, it's my wife
TV.
has some
So
crappy
you,
movie show on. in the
Lycanor
background.
and Jin,
Sorry.
you hear Wallace's scream. Uh,
It's more of a yelp.
More of a yelp, I guess. As it just one, sorry. It swipes out at you, but misses.
Hooray.
Would we we see him yell, but would we know that he's been
You hear him
status?
yell.
I hear him yell, which he doesn't normally do.
Yeah, that's all you know.
I'm just I'm
And
just
it's
trying to.
again, don't pay attention to the map's terrain. This is still thick, dense jungle, so you don't really see anything from your distance. You just know he's in that direction.
Right. I'm just trying to see if this makes sense or if I want to do that. I've never been able to use it, but I could understand if you were like you wouldn't know that he's frightened to use that in the first place.
Gotcha. As an action, you can start a performance less than the end
So I
of the
know
next
it's
turn.
more of like a
During that time,
preventative rather
you
than
and
a
any
reactive
friendly
thing.
creatures within 30 feet of you have advantage. Okay, so yeah, you begin your counter charm, and you and Jin have have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
No, I wanted it specifically to affect Wallace, so I didn't know if that like.
Well,
Do I need to?
he's far more than 30 feet away from you.
I understand that. So I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out if it would make sense that I see my buddy is frightened, I get within range, and then counter charm. That's what I'm trying to do.
That makes sense to try. Yes.
It makes sense to try, yes, but you don't
Okay.
actually see him; you only hear it.
Right. So I've never heard Wallace yelp like that, so that's why I'm like, oh, right. I'm not metagaming too hard. Like Buddy would be frightened. Use the anti-frightened effect that I have.
Excuse me. It's just more the range problem.
No, I understand the range. I'm asking if it's too metagame munchkin-y or if that like I know you're frightened. Jeff knows that Mike's character is frightened. Does Leganor know from hearing his friend Wallace yelp out like
Leganor
that?
hears Wallace emit a frightened yelp.
So yes.
Do with that information what you will.
Thank you. Here we go. Thought I rolled it. There we go.
Jin, you also hear like a Wallace's frightened yelp. If you want to roll initiative, if you're entering a combative stance.
For sure. I look over it. I look over at Legador.
Yeah.
I
So
make eye contact.
your visibility really only gives you to about here because this is all dense jungle.
I just look at Legador and I look at him like, okay, we gotta go.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I am going to.
Our DM's amazing drawing skills are, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I suppose we should probably just book it. It wouldn't make
Yeah,
sense
just-
to hear our friend yelp. So I assume it's my turn.
Yeah, at this point it is your turn.
Double action move. That's my turn.
Okay, you dash 60 feet to there.
Chase right after him.
Jin, you'd also dash 60 feet.
Yep.
Very good.
I'm just assuming that that's 60 feet. I just kind of copied your move.
I believe. I measured it.
At this point, the things enter visibility from this distance, and you can recognize them. Well, you can't recognize them, but you see them as large black six-legged panther-type creatures with weird tentacly tail things that you've never seen before. They're both surrounding Wallace as best they can, and they strike at him each with tentacle. Their little tentacles slap at him each twice. So the first one slaps at him twice. I think the 25 hits. Yeah, Mike?
I'm using the dodge action if that matters.
Oh, does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. It was a 25-24. So that hit will deal to you, Mike, 1d8 bludgeoning plus 1 piercing damage. The other one misses and does not connect.
Are you gonna roll that, or am I? You said it deals 1d8 plus 1 bludgeoning damage, as if like I have to do the math for how much I get hit for.
1d, not 1d8. I'm sorry. It deals 8 bludgeoning plus 1 piercing. I didn't mean to say 1d8.
Oh.
My apologies. I just totally misspoke because I saw the 8 and I said d8.
Got it. All right.
No, I already rolled it.
Nine
Because
damage.
I'm
Got it.
whispering. I'm whispering the monster rolls, so you didn't see it.
Okay. 9 bludgeoning. Got it.
8 bludgeoning, 1 piercing.
Oh, yes.
9
Okay.
9 total. I don't know
9
if you
total.
have different resistance or whatever.
No, I'm good with
It is now your turn. You are no longer frightened.
that. Okay. They're entirely focused on me at this point.
Currently, yeah, they are surrounding and snarling at you.
Do I see my friends?
Active perception check. 15 to see them. You do.
Hooray! All right. In that case, and they're focused entirely on me, so I'm just gonna continue to do that.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, that works.
Okay. Lycanor, you see Wallace take a familiar defensive stance. He's beset upon by these two beasts. He doesn't appear scared anymore, and it is your turn.
Cool. Still save DC 15.
Mm-hmm.
Have to do a charisma save.
Yes.
Yep.
Maybe I should just say CHA next to it, rather than
Yeah.
having to go into the words.
Okay. The one closest to you is Baned.
I swear to God, I'm gonna play a character one day that actually is successful 65% of the time. Fucking jungle cat passes a crit.
35% is a significant amount to fail.
But that's if you read into like threads on mechanics and being able to hit and do other stuff. If you're at 65%, then you're on par no matter what level you are.
Alright.
I mean, he rolled a natural 17, so I don't know what you want me to do about that.
I didn't say damn you, Jim.
Okay, sorry.
Numbers.
All right, I mean you baned one of them. That's not nothing.
All right, who's up next?
Are you moving at all, Jeff? Do you have any bonus action?
We've already gone over this probably, but can I bonus action? You can use a bonus action to attack, right?
If you have an attack that says as a bonus action you can XYZ, you can't take the attack action as a bonus action.
Yeah, no, I can't do anything then.
Okay. Jin, you're up.
I will cast Witch Bolt on the nearest guy, the nearest critter.
Okay. The nearest one you cast Witch Bolt upon. So you're.
That'll work.
Target feels attack roll.
Shit.
So it just has a minus to his attack rolls. Got it.
Yeah.
But the 27 will hit for 8 lightning damage.
And then I will use a point to. Where is it? Quicken.
So you're gonna quicken another spell.
We'll quicken a cantrip. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I will. I'm gonna Ray of Frost because it lowers his move speed. The same creature.
Okay. The 19 will hit for 6 cold damage. Actually, I only assume the 19 hits. It does. Saving throw. There's no saving throw on that, right? No, it's just an attack roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, for being technical, that was a second level Bane, but I don't think it mattered because I had to upcast it because I didn't have first level slots, which means
It just gives you more targets.
Yeah.
4 targets, but it
Upcast
doesn't
just
look
gives
like
you more
they're gonna-
targets.
So now I'm concentrating on Witch Bolt. I will not move.
When you wait, does it say melee attack or any attack? When you hit it with Witch Bolt, it appeared like so it was standing here, right? And you fired a Witch Bolt at it and you hit it, and when you did, it seemed to like fuzz, but then appear over here and then get hurt by your Witch Bolt.
What
Still,
did happen? You guys
still,
see that?
still within the space, but it just seemed to like, like where you were, kind of like when you're looking through a glass and the straw like changes angle. Like it looks like it's there, but it's really over here. But either way, you hit it.
Hmm.
So that effect kind of happens. It just kind of like shifts a few feet over to the right upon being struck by your Witch Bolt.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Did it happen when it was hit with Ray of Frost as well?
No, it seemed to the Ray of Frost you aimed at its new location and just hit it naturally.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. On its turn, does it happen until end? Okay. On their turn, they're still well, this one is no longer. So this one is still focused on Mike, and he is going to lash at it with his little tentacles a couple of times. Pew pew. Missing both. This one is now mad at you, Jin, and it's going to
I
move.
bet.
It's going to move 10 feet this way. That does provoke for you, Mike. Unfortunate. Let's see. I ignore critical fails a lot. I will continue to ignore this one.
I mean, that's a double critical fail. Kick a guy when he's down. One for attack, one for damage.
Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, the damage you wouldn't technically have rolled anyway. Either way, you missed.
Terribly.
Um,
I'm not liking this humidity. It's just not messing. I'm not okay in this weather.
now that
Wallace
this
is not comfortable.
now that this beast is like right in your face, Jin, you get a better sense of its like, it's kind of like fuzzy, like it's right in front of your face, but it's kind of blurry, kind of.
Hmm. Okay.
It's gonna make 2 tentacly attacks against you. These are he's baned, right? So he's got a minus D4.
Ooh, I don't have a bonus action either. Oh, I have a reaction though. Very good.
So he rolled a 9 and a 12. Do either of those hit you?
They do not.
Okay. So he swings
Cool.
his tentacles twice, but misses at both times. And it's your turn, Wallace.
I'm gonna move to here.
It is going to tentacle at you 1 time. Does a 23 hit?
Yes.
So you'll take 10 bludgeoning and 1 piercing as a result.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to do this, but I have to hit first. So
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can spend its period. Okay. Make an
does a
attack.
16 hit.
Make an attack roll at disadvantage, please. So just
Why
roll.
am I at disadvantage?
Because it's projecting a magical illusion that makes it appear to be standing near its actual location. So attack rolls
Okay.
against it are at disadvantage until the end of its
All
turn.
right, so I'm guessing the 10 misses.
Yeah, unfortunately, 10 will miss.
All right, and I'll use my second attack. 11, I'm assuming, misses.
The 11 also misses, unfortunately.
That is unfortunate. All right, well, that's nice. Oh, that's my turn.
All right. Legano.
I am no longer
Yeah, you're no longer dodging. Got it.
dodging.
I'm the near guy.
You're vicious mockering the near guy.
Yep.
It's a DC 15 Wisdom save, which it saves.
Including the minus D4.
It rolled a nat 20.
I mean, better that than crit hitting us.
I'm so sorry, Jeff. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
It's because the deacon isn't here. Someone has to take all the bad luck.
You can check the
Actually,
VOD.
no, we're all rolling shitty tonight.
I didn't make it
Yeah,
up.
for sure.
Well, your 24 was good. It was just a disadvantage. So it's just no effect when it's save.
Right.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Sorry. It's my turn.
That's cantrips for you.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. No movement, no nothing else?
Nope.
Okay. Jin, you're up. This thing's in your face.
It is in my face, but there's not a whole lot I can do aside from continue to zap it. Should I just roll another attack roll?
So how does Witch Bolt work now?
1d12. Oh, okay.
Oh, it just
Use
keeps
your action
hitting.
to deal 1d12. Yeah.
Is it a
so
bonus action to do the 1d12?
It is not. It is an action. So let's see. Hit on each of your turns for the duration.
Okay.
You can use
You
your
just,
action to deal
as you're
1d12.
continuing to concentrate, you can, instead of making an attack, you can just deal 1d12 damage to it.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. And then alright, so you deal 9 damage to it. And then you have your movement and bonus available.
Any bonus action spells? Yeah. Okay. I'll hold on.
Now,
Nothing I can really do.
does that count? No, that doesn't count as being hit
Wait,
by an attack.
Can I use the Quicken's meta magic to then be able to cast a cantrip as well? If I'm concentrating on.
Didn't you just do that last turn? Yes.
Well, yeah, but that was the initial roll. So cool.
Well, you haven't actually cast any spells right now.
No.
You just
Alright,
use
cool.
the effects of Witch Bolt. So you could cast anything as a bonus action.
Beautiful. I want to do this.
Nice.
Well,
Except
nice,
if it's a disadvantage.
nice except
Nice if it hits.
nice except it's at disadvantage. But even at disadvantage, you do hit.
Yay! 14s. Okay.
Okay. Good. So he takes 6 damage plus.
He can't take
I
reactions.
can take reactions and I can step away.
Right.
Yes.
Which is what it means by not being able to take reactions. So it's 6
Yeah, right,
lightning.
yes.
Very good.
So I'm just gonna go 30.
Jin moves to there. Does not provoke any opportunity attacks, and
Maintains concentration.
he retains
That's
concentration.
lovely.
The monsters are up. It is going to shake off the effects of the lightning. It's mad, and is going to continue to give chase to you.
Yeah.
Which should provoke for Wallace, because that was last turn when you did it last time. The 11, unfortunately. Wait, is it the start or end? Hang on. End. Okay, so the 18 will hit.
Yay! In that case, I will use my superiority die to do that. And then.
So it rolls a wisdom save.
Yeah. So it takes 8 damage and it's got to roll a wisdom save at a DC 15.
It fails the wisdom save. It takes
So
8
now-
damage.
And so any attacks at anybody besides me are a disadvantage.
Disadvantage on all
Cool.
attack rolls targets other than you until the end of your next turn. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
It then is going to make 2 attacks at Jin at disadvantage. Does a 19 hit? No, sorry, I have to roll a d4. Does a 16 hit?
16 does hit, however. Can use my shield, yep, as a reaction.
You can react and cast shield. And that causes you to no longer be hit,
I am no longer hit.
I assume.
That is correct.
Very good. He deals no damage to you.
Aha!
And at the end of his turn, he seems to shift his position slightly. And it is your turn, Wallace.
Nice.
All right. I will move here. And since I'm attacking at disadvantage, I will try twice.
The 16 will connect.
Yay! I'm gonna goad him. He's goaded again. So another wisdom save to make it again the end of this next turn. Since that goad only lasted.
He fails his wisdom save,
Cool.
so he is goaded, and he takes 11 and 8 damage. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, the spirited I rolled
Damn,
an actual 8 on my
You
D8.
max rolled that
Oh, I
damage.
maxed my damage on that one.
Nice. Dude.
Yay! The fighter's mildly effective at damage.
Yeah, this thing's looking pretty worse for wear. Oh, I forgot the other displacer beast forgot to take its turn.
Oh well.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. All it would have done is try to attack you anyway.
Well, I will. Actually, no. If it's worse for wear, I'll just take another swing at it.
This is goaded. Okay, go ahead. The 20 hits the first swing because you once you connect, it displaces it or displaces the
Okay.
effect.
Well, I rolled a 2 for damage on that one, so that balances out my 21. There's 5 more damage there.
Okay. Good. It's yeah, it's hurting. Leganor, you're up.
Same thing.
And that's a Christmas save. Wisdom save. Wisdom save.
Christmas save? What?
Wisdom save. DC 15. It saves. I'm so sorry, Jeff.
Is that including the D4?
No. Sorry, I forgot about the D4. But yes, even with the D4.
Okay. Set and put. That's my turn.
Okay. Jin, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna get him some damage.
So you'll channel your Witch Bolt.
Yep.
Very good.
And I'm gonna do the same deal. Get out of his way. Burn a sorcery point.
Your shock and grasp again, you mean?
Shock and grasp again.
Very good. The 18 will connect. 5 lightning damage.
And go 30 feet. So I guess it would be.
I'm gonna get rid of this junk.
So,
Oh no. Sorry.
hey.
It displaces sparkles out of existence.
Sorry about that. Okay. Very good. And oh, that removed your initiative because I'm dumb.
That's all good. It was 9. Let me just re-roll it for you.
I can do
You
it.
can roll it and just enter it
I got
yourself.
it.
There you go, perfect.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Let me just make sure I put that in properly.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
The displacer beasts. What is that?
This is Witch Bolt.
It's a switchboard. Okay. Cool. This displacer beast is going to continue to give chase to Jin.
Still goaded.
I can do that from there. Goaded means it has to roll a wisdom save.
No, it failed already,
Oh,
so
it's
it's
just
a
a
disadvantage on all his
disadvantage. Got it.
attacks. Yeah.
Alright, so 2 disadvantaged attacks. Minus
Yes, me.
d4. D4. Both minus 2. So you've got does an 11 hit?
11 does not.
Okay, so it misses with both attacks. Cool. And then at the end of its turn, it snaps back into fuzzy look. This one also fuzzy. What is their movement? Got it. 10, 15, 20, 25. This one moves to here, arcing around out of your range, Mike. And
Aw.
is going to swing at Leganor twice. Not baned, not goaded. What's your AC?
19.
You are thwomped twice for a total of for 13 bludgeoning and 4 piercing, so 17 total damage.
6 and 2.
Hmm?
Resistance from the armor.
Oh, solid. It gives you resistance to bludgeoning and piercing?
Yep.
Sweet. Lucky. That ends their turn, and Wallace, you're up.
I'm out of superiority dice. So, I'm at disadvantage, right?
Yeah, they have that weird fuzziness. So you will miss with the 12, and you will miss with the 12.
I'm useful.
I mean, you're hitting what you're looking at. It passes through it. It's like a illusory image.
Got it. I moved to there.
Very good. You're up, Leganor.
Vicious Mockery on the one in front of me.
Oh, you need to roll a con check. For
Because you got
Bane.
hit.
Fine, you're good. Technically, you need to roll 2, right? 2 different attacks.
Technically yes.
Yeah, so just one more for me.
Aww.
Unfortunate. Bane is broken.
Okay, Vicious Mockery.
Which one?
The one in front of me.
The closer one?
The one that just attacked me.
Got it. Wisdom save. Not baned, and that means he saves. Rough. Jin,
It's my turn.
Okay. What happened?
you're up.
Okay. Yes. So
Can I
I'm getting.
can I just ask why you're not shooting things, Jeff?
Because I have only 12 bullets left in the middle of the jungle, and I have
Oh.
no idea when I'm gonna get more.
That's fair. That's a
Aha,
fair.
that is very
a
fair.
fair answer. You don't have any melee
Okay.
weapon at all?
I'm not a meleeer.
Alright.
Um,
Just curious.
Why would I attack?
This is the whole reason I'm trying to hold things to me,
I was
right?
just
Why
curious.
why would I attack with a melee weapon that I'm just kind of with at disadvantage when I can keep casting cantrips for about the same?
That's all valid. I wasn't judging you. I was just curious.
I know. I've got my reasons.
Yeah, I believe.
so Wallace, you have some sort of I would know this that you have some sort of stat where if you succeed on a saving throw, you take no damage. Is that correct?
If depends on the type of saving throw. Like I can normally if I would take half damage from a thing I would dodge. My shield ability makes me take no damage from it. Yes, if I
Okay.
succeed on the save.
Okay. Good.
So if you were intending to fireball me, we've done this many times before.
Well, yes. However, I received a new meta magic in my last level up. So here we go. Fireball. Careful spell. Drop it right on top of you.
Yeah, so I can therefore use my Actually, that combined with my shield feat is fantastic.
So I just
Yes.
wanna I just wanna confirm
Ooh, that was
you're
ugly.
dropping a fireball in
Hang on, I will.
In the middle of the jungle.
In the
Yes.
middle of the jungle.
All
I'm
right.
frustrated. Hang on, just one second.
But he's making it careful, so it's okay.
You know what?
Uh,
That matters.
yes. So, hang on. I'm also going to. I can use empowered as well. It does not matter if I use a different meta magic to re-roll. Let me see. Up to the charisma modifier, so up to 5 die. So slash roll 5d20. Let's roll them all as well. That's better. Wait, no.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
sorry.
whoa,
That was
whoa.
not it. That was not it. Hang on. It was 5d8.
I was like, wait, what?
Whoa!
That's not right. But still, much better.
All right, so
And I'll replace the 5 lowest.
Which is
So, all
really
right, so
just it's 3 4s and what you rolled there.
Yeah.
4, 4, 4.
So 36 it becomes.
4, 4, 4.
Yeah, it's 12 plus, yeah.
36. Do you have a bonus because it's fire damage?
should be included. Let me just check. Yes, it is. It's already included.
+5, yeah.
Oh, the
Plus
plus
5.
5.
Oh, okay. So 39 then.
Yeah, so 36 plus 5.
41.
41.
36. Oh, 36 plus 5.
Yeah.
Right.
36 plus 5. 41. So you deal 41 damage. And they
Well,
have to make
assuming
deck
they
saves.
dexterity DC
Assume they
17, yeah.
pass their
And what's
deck
your
save.
DC? 17?
17.
Yeah.
Damn, they both save.
Pretty high. Do they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're kind of designed for that.
So they both take.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Dexterity is a high saving thing and monsters at higher levels.
They both take 20. This one burns to a crisp.
Sorry, it's a very
Uh,
moist jungle. I'm sure the fire's fine.
I'm taking that into account. It was a carefully cast spell, and it's very wet and humid, so you have not started a forest fire. But you have singed and blackened some of the surrounding jungle.
I imagine it would
flora.
have dried some of it too. So if I
Yeah.
tried it again, maybe that probably would
Yeah.
not be so successful.
And Jin is pleasantly surprised that he isn't taking any damage with.
Jin? Do you mean Wallace?
Oh yeah, that didn't mean Wallace.
Yes.
We're all confused today.
I just I give you a wink and a nod.
on this
Ah,
on this thing's turn, it's going to move around Leganor to here. That'll provoke for you, Mike.
Is this a disadvantage?
Did anybody hit it with an attack? No.
I got burned.
I have it. So the language is ambiguous. It says it's a matter of being hit with an attack. So it's because you get through with an attack roll. That's the
All right, so
mechanic.
you tell me, am I rolling a disadvantage or no?
Yes. Either way, you
Okay.
would have missed.
Yes. Did not matter.
Okay, good. I'm glad it didn't matter. In any case, it's going to, seeing the biggest threat is Jin, try and chomp at Jin. Or not chomp, but tentacle whip Jin a couple times. And it will hit you with the first attack.
will an extra. What is it? 5
What's your AC?
AC. 14.
Does shield say that you know the outcome of the roll?
I think it
before you
does
shield?
actually.
When you were hit by an attack, one reaction which you take when you are hit.
So you are hit by the attack.
I thought it said something effective like you know.
Let me see. Yeah, thank
Can
you.
you link it? Yeah.
An invisible barrier force to protect you until the start. Okay, reaction which you take when you are hit by an attack or targeted by the magic
Oh,
missile
nope.
spell.
Never mind. Okay.
So
It doesn't know.
you don't get to know whether it would prevent it or not. But you were hit.
So it's up to you if you're going to burn
So
the
it's
spell
up to you
slot or
whether you
not.
want to actually cast it or not. You were currently hit by the spell. By the attack, rather. So are you using your
I
reaction
see.
to shield or no?
But the thing is, if you are hit by it, that means that if you do nothing, then that stays a hit. So that gives you the choice to react to it or not.
Right.
Instead of having to, when attacked, not hit
Yes.
by an attack, but when attacked, you have to guess if it's going to hit, and then you burn up all your spells.
Right. That's
Okay,
the key.
I see.
Like
Okay, that's fair.
I rolled an attack roll and I have hit you. It's your choice
Okay.
whether you want to shield
Yes.
that attack to potentially.
Yes, I will shield that attack.
Okay, so that makes your AC what?
19.
19. All right. The attack still breaks through your shield.
Wow. Okay.
As does the follow-up attack.
Oof.
So your AC is still 19 for the duration of your
Yes.
turn, but
Mhm.
you were still hit by 2 tentacle attacks.
Ouchie, ouchie.
For a total
roll 'em.
of 17 bludgeoning and 9 piercing damage, or 26 damage.
Ouch.
At the end of its turn, it fuzzes again, shifting its visual representation slightly, and Wallace is up. That will hit, causing it to phase into a static position. The second attack then also hits for a total of 17 damage.
I did a thing.
Very good. Leganor, there's a beast behind you. You mock it viciously. It succumbs to your vicious mocking.
Yay!
Thank Christ.
Finally.
For 3 psychic damage. Wait a minute, let me read this. Saving throw to only take half damage. That's not what this is. And okay, so it takes it
It gets disadvantage on its next attack roll.
It's a next attack roll. On the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. Okay, got it. Yep. Very good. Success, Jeff.
It's my turn.
Okay. Jin, you're
It's
up.
been mocked. Its insults finally hurt.
Me? I'm up.
Thing is, you gotta work on your insults for cats.
It's like a bat cat spider. Squid.
Just didn't know how to hurt it emotionally.
Shocking grasp is
Wait, hang on, before you call anything, hang on. I think I can use a luck point here. So I'm assuming. Wait, does that hit?
Well, what does
After
luck
you roll
say?
the die, but before the outcome is determined. So I don't
Yeah,
know
you
what
can't
that
know.
means.
You can't know,
You can't know?
whether or not. Yeah.
Is it? It's a 12. Okay,
Wait, why are you
I'm gonna spend a luck point.
attacking at advantage?
I know, I just clicked. It's just checked.
Oh, okay. So it's a 12.
Right, so it's a 12.
Got
So
it.
if anything, the luck point just gives him the 14.
Fair. That would be the
So,
next
yeah.
d20 you rolled. So are you using luck to re-roll the d20? Is that what's happening?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Alright, then the 14 does hit.
Okay, good.
So you
Not
shock
for
and
much,
grasp
but...
it for 3, and it cannot take reactions.
And then I... 5, 10, 30. We're actually going to go 15, 20, 25, 30, right to there. Okay.
Very good.
Put myself between us.
In response, as it cannot give chase to you easily, it turns to Leganor and will tentacles it once.
First one's at a disadvantage.
Disadvantage, missing. And then
Hooray!
again, not at disadvantage. What's your AC, Jeff?
19.
Missing again.
Hooray!
And then it fuzzes its position once again. And Wallace is up.
Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna turn on and use a bonus action to activate my Archy Sortie.
You bonus action and charge the arc sword.
See if it actually connects.
You then critically miss with your arc sword.
Try again.
And you don't accidentally discharge the arc sword. Oh, but then you critically miss a second time and accidentally discharge the arc sword.
Cool.
Oh,
Color me not
no.
surprised.
Oh.
Why can't I hit this stupid... Boom.
I mean, 2 critical fails.
Thing is, I'm pissed.
Hang on. On a one, you discharge this on your own self. On a 2, you discharge it against nothing. Okay.
So I did the D6 to myself.
So you take 5 damage to yourself. Sorry, Mike. That's a lot of ones.
I mean,
Actually, as a result of the damage that you took,
sure.
what is? So you're bald on top, right?
Yes,
Do you have a beard?
I do.
Right. So you get electrocuted by your arc sword, and all the hairs in your mustache and your beard start twinkling and falling out of your face, and your eyebrows, and Yeah, all your hair on your body is falling off.
Oh,
What is happening?
alopecia, hardcore.
Yeah.
Fuck this. What is happening? Not okay.
Oh, this is so much fun. Anything else, Wallace?
No, I'm panicking at this point.
Okay, Leganor, you're up. Your friend is hairless, or in the process of becoming hairless. A little electrolysis.
Just mock.
Okay, it's a Wisdom save, DC 15. It is mocked for 4 psychic damage.
Cool. It's my turn.
Jin, you're up.
Okay, I will.
A good beard too.
Ooh, that's a
Like
good one.
this is making me sad.
It's very sad. The 14 will hit for 15 cold
Nice.
damage. All right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
And it's
Its movement speed is
wait.
halved.
Yep, and I'm going to
Minus
move
10.
away a little
Minus 10.
further. Yeah, okay.
Get some distance like a caster. Nice.
Yes.
The Displacer Beast, realizing that it can't get to you, is going to continue to focus on this other little viciously mocking guy. First attack at disadvantage is a critical miss. One is bad, one is bad. Its critical miss tangles up its second attack and will give that also disadvantage. So it will miss you twice. It's then going to move here. No, hang on. Sorry, not there. Forget that. Oh, no. Minus 10, so it can only go to there. So it's going to shift around you, Leganor. But technically it'll provoke from both of you if you wish. The 12 is at disadvantage.
Thought he hit him with a ray of
Oh,
frost.
you're fair. That's fair. So the 12 hits. The 12 misses regardless. Sorry, it's a miss. Jeff, you get a free melee attack if you wish.
You could.
The rapier.
Hey, a rapier.
The rapier will hit for 12 piercing damage.
Your rapier does more damage than my sword does on a regular.
Well, it's just counterintuitive that attacking a stealthy jungle cat's dexterity instead of its wisdom is the way to go.
Hmm.
It's just been really good rolls. Like I said, it was like natural 17s, crits, etc.
Right.
Wallace, you're up.
Is it phasing again?
Yeah, that always occurs at the end of its turn.
Nah. Ah!
Doesn't matter. That's a successful hit. So the next attack would be at a not disadvantage. That is also a success, and you slay the beast.
He was coming for me.
All right.
I hack at it a few more times to make sure it's actually dead.
Sure. It appears pretty dead. Yeah, there's this ring of gray fur at the feet of where you were standing over there.
What is happening? What is wrong? What is wrong with these woods? This jungle's weird.
What's wrong with me?
This jungle's weird. What is happening? I'll sheathe my sword and sort of just rather like sultry. What time of day is it now?
Oh goodness! I mean, you've been traveling for days already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this
well,
is all part of your skill challenge. This has been
Oh, all right. I didn't
traveling
realize
and
we were going
traveling.
across days. So my thought at this point, like, so this, I mean, guys, we went hunting for anything, but we got
Oh,
meat.
wait a
I can,
second.
I can cook this.
Hmm.
If we
Well, no. There's plenty of food.
Oh yeah, if
At
we'd been
this
traveling
point.
for days, then people would have
we have
had
all our
resources
spells.
back we didn't realize didn't have, like
My,
spell slots.
I mean, that's fair. I guess I wasn't clear. But the skill challenge is a long-term travel check. We were on the third skill challenge, so I just assumed that you guys assumed that it had been days of travel. Skill challenges are weird like that. 'Cause it doesn't all just
Um,
it's not all just taking place like in real time. It's over the course of your traveling.
I'm gonna eat.
Sparkles. Sorry, fingers.
Hmm.
I guess if it's been more than
Yeah, we'll call it 2 days. That's fine.
okay.
Um, so I got this. So you're running low on ammunitions, huh?
Okay.
Mm.
So I'm full of charges here.
Dangerously low.
I got this shot. I got this like weird gun thing that I got early on in our adventures in the future, but I never really used it. It's a steampunk shotgun, and I have 26 shells.
As much as I appreciate the gesture, I don't think they'll work with what I got over here.
Ah, fair enough. I mean, do you want the gun? Is what I'm saying, not just the ammo.
No, because then I don't get to use my feats that are tied to hand crossbow. Turn
Ah,
steampunk revolver.
well, I mean, the
I mean,
steampunk shotgun was
it would still
modified.
be a ranged weapon, right? And you'd be good with that versus your rapier. Is that? I mean, I'm sorry, I shouldn't talk.
No, all right. If you're good, fingers, it's just
Well,
an option for you.
I lose a bonus attack action with that, and
All right,
I
fair enough.
I shouldn't chit chat. What was the steampunk shotgun originally, Mike?
Um,
wasn't it a heavy crossbow?
you like customized it so it does like 2d5 piercing damage. So I'm not
Right, but
sure what
what
it
did
was
it?
initially.
Yeah, because it turned into something. It was something turned into it, didn't it?
I think it was just a crossbow.
Okay, that was my question.
Yeah.
Because it would function like its base weapon in terms of mechanics for any sort of feats and such, but
Right. No, I'm sure it's yeah. I think it was just a regular crossbow.
noted.
Yeah, that would nullify crossbow expert for me. So
Okay.
thank you, though.
I yeah. So yeah, I'll carve out some of the meat of these things because I'm assuming they're like animals that I
Yeah,
could actually carve meat out of and
they're
salvage some and then
they're
actually use to cook a meal later on in the day.
they are beasts.
Yeah. So I'll try to, I don't know, take an hour and actually like cut this thing up and I don't know, get some. It's got some extra leg. I mean, it's got 6 legs each. There's a lot of leg meat here,
A
so
lot of leg meat.
I'm all about yeah. And I'll actually like use my cooking tools and actually cook stuff.
I mean, you can do that, to get some good food. I mean, we can just add the food that I create with the staff, because I can do. Uh, how do I? Can I do this?
Yeah.
How do I?
There we go.
How do I post this? Well, create food and
Oh.
water. I have the spell create food.
Oh, cool. Okay. Uh, the other thing, Mr. DM, sir, is the first night that we had, I would have attuned to the um Black Claw, and as I understand it, I can turn it into a bludgeoning weapon. Yes.
Yes, so you would now be attuned to the Black Claw. That's correct. You're
Okay.
trying to do that, Jen. And you're talking about Grainy Gourmand.
That's correct.
So as a
Makes
bonus
sense,
action,
makes
he
sense,
can
makes sense.
use 2 charges to cast Create Food and Water.
Every day.
I mean, multiple times every day. So you guys are not
I mean,
gonna
all right.
starve.
And it creates 45 pounds of food. So
Yeah, you guys are not gonna.
Holy cow!
Yeah, the Create Food and
Oh, we're
Water
fine
spell
then.
can
All
feed
right.
an army.
just create a large pile of food, or we can pick through it.
That's amazing. All right. Oh, we should make note of that in the future if we come across some, I don't know, like
But the
sparkles. If we ever come across some sort of, I don't know, like maybe less than civilized society, we can use this to say like, hey, look, we can feed you, so don't kill us.
Good idea. Use it outside the box there. But if it's like the Skyrim duplication
Yeah, you're just duping items.
glitch, yeah,
Here's all the wheels of cheese.
falls on the ground in front of you, it's a
Yeah.
pile of mess.
So cool. All right. Let's just wrap up our skill challenges for the rest of the session.
Well, I mean, okay, so 2 successes and 1 epic failure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna call it 2 and 2, just like death saves.
Oh, that makes sense. All right.
Mhm.
So, who was up?
Jin is
Back
up
to the
first.
top is Jin.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh.
Sorry, boys and girls. I am rolling a
No,
lot
no.
of ones tonight.
Yeah, you
That
are.
wouldn't do
What's
anything.
happening?
Like, holy cow.
Jeez.
I mean,
I
it,
don't
it
really.
fits to the story too. You're very disoriented.
Yeah, no, like, I'm in a jungle. Really weird things that happen to me all the time. I lost all my hair. Life's following me. I don't understand what's happening. Well, I'm
So-
starting to think he's going a little crazy.
if uh, an Arcana check, would that be like almost like a it's knowledge of magic, but it's not detecting magic, correct?
It's not detecting magic. Arcana check is
Okay.
more to like when someone's casting a spell, you can recognize based on the words they're using or the gestures they're making,
Oh,
like what
okay.
spell they're
Yeah, no.
doing, or if there's an effect of a spell that's present, like like you know
Mm-hmm.
prestidigitation. It gives you the ability to determine if it's prestidigitation and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then I guess I'll just make sure that we're our feet are dry, we're fed, we're uh, have shelter at night, things like that. Just general survival skills.
Hmm.
I suppose that would be cool to roll.
You're rolling survival.
Yes,
Okay, yeah, just general
in
survival. We'll call that a
the
DC
jungle.
13. No,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, I
perfect.
rolled it quick.
That's okay. I wasn't looking.
Mm.
So you guys are successful. So you make it to the edge of the tree line and are able to scale some of the mountainous area. And you get a little bit of a better sense of a larger scale of your surrounding area. How am I going to do this correctly? Let me see here. Stand by just a moment. I want to get this right. So if I go copy, copy, like that, and then I go to over here. No, not there, but there. Not there, there, not there, there. And then I bring you over here. Sorry about this. It's taking me a little bit more time than I was hoping this would take to do what I'm trying to do.
Oh, terrible.
I think I have to make this dynamic lighting, but daylight mode, and then use this. To do this. Yeah, this will work. I think. Let me just check from one of Uses' perspectives. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so I'm going to move you guys to this map, and there should be a very little piece of it that's visible on the bottom left area.
Very little piece of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're able, from your vantage, to see that landscape.
Oh my.
You have no real sense of anything else in terms of outside of that border. But from your vantage, you're able to see sort of that. So you're on the north side of what this mountain range is. You're not obviously up on the top of the peak. You're just above the tree line on the north side of this range, which looks to extend further off to the east, and also extends behind you to the west and north, and a lot of it to the south.
Okay.
Okay, so that gives you a sense of your general vicinity surroundings. And with that, we will close our session. So thank you all for watching, none of you. I appreciate it. See you later in the future, Mike.
Oh wow, that's a tiny little blip.
Yeah, tiny little blip. I had to make your tokens so small that you can barely see the numbers above them. So anyway, yeah, we will be back in a few weeks here. I think next week we're gonna return to Skyland.
You could,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You can probably just represent us as one token on this gigantic map.
I'll represent you as one token. Yeah, here.
Nice.
I actually have. I think I have a thing for that.
A party token.
Yeah, I made one last time. Where the hell did I put it?
Anyway, all right. So yes, I have work I need to do myself, but I have stuff that I will send to you all or post in Roll20 to be like, hey, go here and look at this kind of deal.
For what?
Just to save us some time next time.
Oh, for your game or?
Yeah, for my game.
So can you guys now see?
Yes, it's
All right.
a portrait of something very tiny.
It's the little Emrae token.
Oh, okay. Just have to. Gotcha. Just
Find
have to
that
zoom in.
again. Zoom and find the little spot. Oh, there. It's cool.
It's that thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. All right. I have an early morning, so I'm off to bed.
Yes, I do as well.
It was fun.
Good night, Internet.
All right,
We'll
thanks,
see you around
gents.
on the next time.
Good
We're
night,
gonna end the
Internet.
stream here. Goodbye.
Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.